G'day, wildlife enthusiasts. We're about to journey into the heart of Africa to meet a creature as formidable as a gladiator and as awe-inspiring as a thunderstorm rolling across the Savanna. This is the African buffalo, a beast that embodies the raw power and untamed spirit of the wild. Picture this: the ground trembling beneath your feet, not from an earthquake, but from the thunderous charge of hundreds of hooves. Dust billows into the air, momentarily obscuring the scene, then parting to reveal a sea of massive horned heads, their dark eyes fixed in a primal stare. This, my friends, is the African buffalo, an animal that commands respect with its sheer presence. Often underestimated, the buffalo is a force to be reckoned with, a true survivor in a land where only the strong endure. Their story is one of resilience, of unwavering family bonds, and of a profound connection to the land they roam. Join us as we delve into the fascinating world of the African buffalo, exploring their habitat, behavior, and the crucial role they play in the delicate balance of the African ecosystem. Get ready, because this is one wild ride you won't soon forget. Imagine standing on the edge of a vast savanna, the golden light of dawn painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. The air is alive with the sounds of the awakening bush, the chattering of birds, the rustling of leaves, and then a deep, guttural sound that seems to rumble from the very earth itself. It's the sound of the African buffalo, a symphony of snorts, grunts, and the clatter of hooves as a herd hundreds strong begins its daily routine. These magnificent creatures are a sight to behold. Their massive ox-like bodies, often weighing over a ton, are covered in a thick hide that ranges in color from dark brown to almost black. Their most striking feature, however, is their horns, broad curved weapons that fuse together at the base, forming a formidable boss that protects their heads like a shield. But it's not just their physical appearance that makes them so impressive. The African buffalo is a highly social animal, living in herds that can number in the hundreds or even thousands. These herds are not just random gatherings, they are complex societies with a strict hierarchy and an intricate system of communication. Within the herd, you'll find mothers fiercely protective of their calves, young bulls sparring for dominance, and older, wiser matriarchs guiding the group with their experience. This strong social structure is one of the keys to the buffalo's success, allowing them to navigate the challenges of their environment and fend off predators together. Imagine standing on the edge of a vast savanna, the golden light of dawn painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. The air is alive with the sounds of the awakening bush, the chattering of birds, the rustling of leaves, and then a deep, guttural sound that seems to rumble from the very earth itself. It's the sound of the African buffalo, a symphony of snorts, grunts, and the clatter of hooves as a herd hundreds strong begins its daily routine. These magnificent creatures are a sight to behold. Their massive ox-like bodies, often weighing over a ton, are covered in a thick hide that ranges in color from dark brown to almost black. Their most striking feature, however, is their horns, broad curved weapons that fuse together at the base, forming a formidable boss that protects their heads like a shield. Don't let their herbivorous diet fool you. The African buffalo is no gentle giant. Beneath their rugged exterior lies a warrior's spirit, a fierce determination to protect their own, and a surprising agility that belies their size. When threatened, a herd of buffalo will form a formidable wall of muscle and horn, their deep bellows echoing across the savanna as a warning to any would-be attacker. Lions, leopards, and crocodiles all view the buffalo as a potential meal, but they know better than to underestimate these formidable opponents. A single buffalo can deliver a fatal blow with its horns, and a united herd can send even the most fearless predator running for cover. Stories abound of lions being trampled, crocodiles being tossed aside, and even elephants being chased away by a determined buffalo herd. These are not animals to be trifled with, but the African buffalo is more than just a fighter. They are also highly intelligent creatures, capable of learning and adapting to their surroundings. They have an incredible memory, remembering watering holes and migration routes even after years of absence. And despite their intimidating reputation, they are also capable of great tenderness, especially towards their young. The bond between a mother buffalo and her calf is a sight to behold, a testament to the deep-seated emotions that exist within these magnificent creatures. Crikey, just imagine a landscape painted in hues of gold and green, stretching as far as the eye can see. That's the Savanna, the kingdom of the African buffalo. It's a land of endless plains, dotted with acacia trees that stand like ancient guardians, their branches reaching towards the vast African sky. But it's not all dry grasslands. The buffalo's realm is crisscrossed by rivers and watering holes, shimmering oases that provide lifeblood to the land. These waterways are more than just drinking spots for the buffalo. They're bustling hubs of activity, teeming with life. Hippos wallow in the shallows, crocodiles bask on the banks, and colorful birds flit among the reeds, their songs filling the air. It's a constant reminder that the African buffalo shares its home with a dazzling array of creatures, each playing a vital role in the intricate web of life. And then there are the grasslands themselves, a sea of golden grass that ripples in the wind. This is the buffalo's buffet, a seemingly endless supply of their favorite food. They graze in vast herds, their powerful jaws working tirelessly to consume the tough vegetation. It's a scene of peaceful coexistence, a testament to the bounty of the African savanna. Not all savannas are created equal. The African buffalo thrives in diverse habitats across the continent. From the Serengeti to the Okavango Delta, buffalo adapt to challenging environments. During the rainy season, floodplains become shallow lakes. Buffalo wade through water, grazing on lush grasses. They adapt to wet conditions, showcasing resilience. In woodlands, buffalo find shade and browse. Open savannas epitomize Africa. Buffalo herds roam freely, following rains for fresh grazing. But here's the thing about the buffalo's habitat. It's not just about the type of environment, but also about the presence of one crucial element: water. Just like us Aussies need our water holes, these guys can't survive without a good drink, especially in the heat of the African sun. That's why you'll often find them congregating around water holes, those muddy watering holes that become lifelines during the dry season. It's a scene of incredible diversity, with zebras, giraffes, elephants, and countless other animals all vying for a sip of the precious liquid. And amidst this bustling crowd, the buffalo stands its ground, its imposing size and formidable horns a clear deterrent to any would-be challengers. But water is more than just a means of quenching their thirst. It's also an escape route from danger. When threatened by predators, buffalo have been known to seek refuge in water, submerging themselves up to their nostrils to avoid attack. It's a testament to their intelligence and adaptability, their ability to use their environment to their advantage. And let's not forget the mud. Walks through the mud aren't just for spa days, mate. These mud baths serve a vital purpose for the buffalo, helping to regulate their body temperature and protect their skin from parasites. It's just another example of how these incredible creatures have adapted to thrive in the challenging conditions of the African savanna. The African buffalo's life isn't easy. Their vast kingdom is a land of constant challenges. Habitat loss is a major threat. Human populations are expanding into their territory. Forests are cleared for agriculture, grasslands converted to farmland, and water sources diverted. Shrinking habitats lead to competition and vulnerability. Poaching remains a threat. Despite protections, they're targeted for meat and horns. These are traded on the black market. Conservation efforts are crucial, but there's hope. Conservationists and communities are working together, protecting habitats and combating poaching, ensuring their survival. By learning about these animals and understanding their role in the ecosystem, we can help ensure their future. Now let's talk family. African buffalo, they're all about family. They live in these massive herds, sometimes hundreds strong, and let me tell you, it's a sight to behold. Imagine a sea of dark, hulking bodies, their horns glinting in the sun as they move across the savanna. It's like a force of nature, unstoppable and awe-inspiring. But within this massive group, there's a real sense of order, of structure. It's not just a chaotic free-for-all. They've got their hierarchy, their social cues, their way of communicating that keeps everything running smoothly. Think of it like a well-oiled machine, each buffalo playing its part to ensure the survival of the herd. At the heart of it all are the females, the matriarchs. These older, wiser females, they're the ones who call the shots. They decide where the herd grazes, when they move, where they water. They've got years of experience under their belts. They know the lay of the land, and they use that knowledge to guide their families. And then there are the youngsters, the calves. These little guys, they're full of beans, always running around, playing, learning the ropes. They stick close to their mothers, who are fiercely protective, always on the lookout for danger. It's a real sight to see this bond between mother and calf, a testament to the strength of family and the animal kingdom. You might think that with all those grunts and groans, those snorts and bellows, a buffalo herd would sound like a right old ruckus. And you wouldn't be wrong, mate. But there's more to their communication than meets the ear. They've got their own language, a complex system of sounds and signals that helps them navigate their world. Take those deep, rumbling bellows, for example. That's often a sign of alarm, a warning to the rest of the herd that danger is near. It sends shivers down your spine when you hear it, a primal sound that echoes across the savanna. Then there are the snorts and grunts, the head tosses and tail flicks. These can convey a whole range of emotions, from annoyance to excitement to affection. And it's not just vocalizations. Buffalo are masters of body language. A stare, a stomp of the hoof, the way they hold their horns. It all means something. They use these subtle cues to establish dominance, to court potential mates, to maintain order within the herd. What's truly remarkable is how quickly they can communicate. One moment they'll be peacefully grazing, the next there'll be a blur of movement, the entire herd reacting as one to a perceived threat. It's like they've got their own internal communication system, a sixth sense that alerts them to danger. Now let's talk about those matriarchs again. These grand old ladies, they're the heart and soul of the herd. They've seen it all, lived through droughts and floods, faced down lions and leopards. And that experience, that hard-won wisdom, is invaluable to the survival of the group. You see, they've got this incredible memory, these matriarchs. They can remember the location of waterholes even after years of drought. Recall migration routes passed down through generations. They're like living maps, guiding their families to the best grazing grounds, the safest watering holes. But it's not just about knowing the land. These matriarchs, they're also incredibly astute judges of character. They can sense a shift in the wind, a change in the behavior of other animals that might signal danger. They're always on alert, their senses sharp, ready to protect their own. And when danger does threaten, these old girls don't back down. They'll stand their ground, horns lowered, ready to defend their families with their last breath. They're the true heroes of the herd, the ones who ensure its continued survival. Now, even with all their strength, their size, their impressive weaponry, African buffalo know they're not invincible. They share their world with some pretty formidable predators. Lions, leopards, crocodiles, even hyenas will have a go if they think they can get away with it. But here's the thing about buffalo. They don't face danger alone. When threatened, the entire herd reacts as one, a united front against any attacker. They'll form a protective circle around the most vulnerable members of the group. The young, the sick, the elderly, their massive bodies and sharp horns creating an impenetrable barrier. And if that's not enough, they'll charge. Imagine a wall of muscle and horn, hundreds of pounds of pure power bearing down on you. It's enough to send shivers down the spine of even the bravest predator. And they don't hesitate to use those horns either. One well-aimed thrust can inflict a serious wound, and a determined buffalo can even toss a lion aside like a rag doll. But it's not just about brute strength. Buffalo are also surprisingly agile for their size. They can turn on a dime, their hooves pounding the earth as they wheel around to face a new threat, and they never give up. They'll fight to the death to protect their own, a testament to the strength of their social bonds, their unwavering loyalty to the herd. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to uncover a side of the African buffalo you might not expect. They're not just residents of the savanna, they're architects. Their constant grazing prevents any one plant species from taking over, creating a diverse mosaic of habitats that benefits a whole host of other animals. Buffalo are notorious for their love of a good wallow and those muddy depressions they leave behind. They become mini ecosystems in their own right. Buffalo droppings are like little packets of fertilizer, enriching the soil with vital nutrients. Now, we can't talk about the buffalo's role in the ecosystem without addressing the circle of life. Lions in particular have a long-standing relationship with buffalo, often targeting the old, the weak, or the young, helping to keep the buffalo population healthy and strong. When a buffalo carcass decomposes, it releases nutrients back into the soil, further enriching the ecosystem and supporting the growth of new life. With their massive size and their habit of moving in large herds, African buffalo have a significant impact on their environment. Take, for example, the way they create pathways through dense vegetation. Those well-worn trails act as fire breaks, slowing down the spread of wildfires and protecting valuable habitats. As they wallow in mud and drink from waterholes, buffalo stir up sediment and nutrients, creating a more hospitable environment for aquatic life. Too many buffalo in one area can lead to overgrazing, trampling vegetation, and eroding soil. The African buffalo, a creature often misunderstood, often feared but undeniably crucial to the health and vitality of the African savanna. Their presence supports a web of life that extends far beyond their immediate surroundings. By supporting conservation efforts, by respecting their habitat, and by appreciating the vital role they play, we can all do our part to protect this iconic species. These buffalo have a few more tricks up their sleeve. They've got senses that would make a superhero jealous. We're talking about abilities that help them navigate their world, avoid danger, and find the best grazing grounds. Their sense of smell is incredible. They can sniff out water sources from miles away, even detect the faintest whiff of a predator lurking in the grass. Their hearing, just as impressive. Those big, bat-like ears can pick up the slightest rustle in the undergrowth. They've got excellent night vision, allowing them to graze during the cooler hours and avoid the heat of the day. For centuries, the African buffalo has held a special place in the hearts and minds of the people who share their land. In many cultures, the buffalo is seen as a symbol of strength, resilience, and abundance. Some tribes believe that the buffalo possess a deep connection to the ancestors, their spirits intertwined with the very soul of Africa. Buffalo versus Buffalo, the thrill of the sparring grounds. These buffalo have a wild side, a competitive streak that would make a rugby team proud. Young bulls battle it out for dominance and the right to mate. These sparring matches are a crucial part of buffalo society, a way for young males to establish their place in the hierarchy. As we've journeyed into the world of the African buffalo, we've witnessed their strength, their intelligence, their vital role in the ecosystem. But we've also encountered the challenges they face, the threats to their survival in a world increasingly dominated by humans. Habitat loss, poaching, disease outbreaks. These are just some of the obstacles standing in the way of the buffalo's future. Across Africa, dedicated individuals, communities, and organizations are working tirelessly to protect the buffalo and their habitat. The future of the African buffalo, like that of so many other species, hangs in the balance. As we've journeyed across the savannas and delved into the world of the African buffalo, we've uncovered a story of remarkable resilience. These incredible creatures have weathered countless storms, survived droughts and floods, faced down predators, and emerged stronger for it. Their story is one of unwavering family bonds, of ancient wisdom passed down through generations, of a deep connection to the land they roam. The African buffalo is not just a solitary figure in a vast landscape. It's an integral thread in the intricate tapestry of life on the savanna. Their grazing habits shape the landscape. Their wallowing creates mini ecosystems. Their very presence supports a web of life. The fate of the African buffalo, like the fate of so many other species, rests in our hands. The choices we make today will determine the course of their future. We have the power to be the generation that turns the tide, that chooses conservation over exploitation. The African buffalo, with its indomitable spirit, stands as a symbol of hope, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, life finds a way. Let their story be a call to action, an inspiration to protect the wild places and the magnificent creatures that call them home.